A spacecraft is safely on its way to intercepting the International Space Station. It is the first time in nearly 18 months, so it's really exciting. The Orbital ATK Cygnus blasted off from Cape Canaveral yesterday, and on top of it was the Atlas V. The Cygnus is the actual rocket, and then on top of it is the Atlas V. That's the part that's actually going to meet the International Space Station. It's carrying 7,000 pounds of extra food, all sorts of supplies, and get this, Jose, they even got Christmas presents for the astronauts, and so it's like I guess it's like the Santa Claus of spaceships over here on its way to the International Space Station. The reason this is such a big deal is because there's been a lot of launches in the past 18 months that have not gone the way they were supposed to. There was the SpaceX one that was working alongside NASA that ended up crashing. So finally everyone can kind of breathe that sigh of release. It's on its way. Everything looks good so far. So the rocket itself is 194 feet long. After 21 minutes of going straight up into the atmosphere, it was dropped into orbit around Earth safely. What do you think, Jose?
It's amazing. I mean, we have to keep these guys stocked.
Yeah.
They have to do the research. They're carrying very important research, like one of the astronauts is taking a long stay in the station to do research on the effects of long stays at space. We have their food growing experiments. But at the same time, I think it's very important what you mentioned, the launch, the successful launch, because we are in a critical moment in the space program in the United States where they're trying to shift from a government-driven program into commercial flights that astronauts can hitch rides. Currently, we're catching rides with the Russians. Now we're trying to get the private companies
to go
that's
with the
expensive.
Russians, right?
So I think it's very, very important that we accomplish to get this cargo up there, that we have a successful launch. And moving forward, we need to see that these companies can actually step up to the plate.
Yeah, get this. I want to read you just a few things that they're bringing up there. Okay, Christmas presents, cool, whatever. But honestly, there's some really cool stuff. They're sending up spacesuit jetpacks. Isn't that awesome? I'm like, why aren't I an astronaut? That is so cool. High pressure oxygen and nitrogen tanks to help replenish the station's air supply. So we can't forget, they are in space. They have to have, basically, they're bringing their own air up there. Yep. So it's very important that this stuff goes the way it's supposed to, because if they don't, we're seriously facing big problems for astronauts up there. They won't have the extra food, the extra air that they need to survive while doing research in the International Space Center.